Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Today we're talking about rivers in the desert. Now, the river, guys, is our emotions, our need to be belong, to move forward, to allow, to be better than we have been, right? To push ourselves to the next level. And the desert, see, the desert represents all that energy that we have bottled up inside of us. Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys on the TikTok. Appreciate. Thank you, Yvette, so much. Big love. Hi, YouTube. So, when you're doing your affirmations and you're being specific about your affirmations, which is one of the techniques that I do recommend, the second thing I would recommend is do not share your affirmation aspiration with anybody that doesn't believe in you. It's just that simple. Because when you're in the process of building something and developing something and bringing all that energy in with something, you need to have people around you that's also pushing that forward. Now, in my previous segment, I talked about Ford, the auto dealership, and how he was self-taught, he was self-educated, and was doing very well by all accounts. But he had a deep desire to build something that would be better than what he had seen. Because remember, cars were just coming into play when he came around. And he put his heart and soul and everything into manifesting that dream. And it was challenging. It did not come without certain amounts of challenges. But he had two people to stand beside him, the two people he trusted that believed in him enough that gave him the courage to keep going. And that was his mother and his wife. Okay, so that's why you do not share your affirmation, aspiration, or goal with just anybody, especially people who don't trust you, that are not trustworthy, that are not going to put your best interest in heart. They're not going to put you first. You can't mess with those people because, guys, it brings your information down, it brings your comprehension down, it just brings your vibe down. And that's what I'm talking about, the river in the desert. When you're in that desert, you cannot reach for something that's not going to feed you emotionally, which is the river of our emotions. So the affirmation for today's show is I respect myself and I expect the same for those around me now under grace and perfect way. And so it is. See, when you call on on spirit, infinite intelligence, you're doing that through your spoken word. And that's prayers, meditations, chanting, however you feel, you're connecting with your higher power. I give these affirmations to you from my heart to your heart because we need this in our world right now. We need to affirm better. We need to treat each other better. And even if you're upset with somebody or something, you need to have a place to go to constructively talk it out, not destructively to the point where you become rigid, um, unavailable psychologically, and just do not give a shit about your fellow man. Because we do need to give a shit about our fellow man, okay? Because we all have to share this planet. So when you look at the Ford story, it's a great example of how he had an idea, had some talent, and believed enough in his talent that he kept going until now his company is legendary. It's one of the oldest automobile companies in the world. Mhm. I hope you guys are drinking your water. Now, Miss Yvette, I am so tickled that you're doing so well. My second banana, my right arm, uh, had to go into the hospital, and she's recovering. And we send you so much love and light. I saw her last night. She looked really, really good. And we just want to send some light out there. So if you guys can just send some love to my friend, my cohort, my pampaje, my sister, Miss Yvette, I so appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, I'll send some love back to you guys. Okay. All right. Because we're all going to need this. Oh, I'm joining the team. Okay. Before I forget, TikTok, they're letting me set up subscriptions on TikTok. So I'm going to be coming up with subscriptions starting from like $2.99. I don't know, up to $6 or something. But in those subscriptions, you're going to get a chance to get some mini information. And I'm not going to always share with the regular class. So definitely check a look at the subscriptions. I'm just developing them. So look for that. Now, today's featured candle is the red rose candle. And it's got mm, that peppery, rosy, red currant. It's just sexy. This just, and it's available at Candles by Ari. Take a peek. I made these last night. Oh my goodness. Mm. I wish I had smell-o-vision. I always say that. Oh, Missy, Dad, thank you. Thank you. She's showing me so much love. And hey, YouTube. Hey, if you got questions, put them in the chat. I think I can chat. You know what? Don't put them in the chat, YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing. Just, just send me love. Okay. So when you're doing your affirmations, you're calling in energy. Okay. You're saying, okay, let me make this happen. And so you got to be specific, right? You can't share your affirmation aspiration with anybody that, is not really believing in you or wants you to do well. And the number one thing you got to do, guys, is you got to pick an affirmation you click with. Like you click it. It just, there's something about that resonate. It's like putting on a really cute outfit and you just know you look good. It don't even matter if you ain't hitting all your marks. You know your makeup is popping, your hair is good, this outfit is flattering, and you look good. Okay? Oh yeah, this is her favorite one. It is, you guys. This red one, holy moly. I made her a red brown in every single one of her batches this week. Just cause. It was an accident. But I did it. And we do test runs here at Candles by Ari. So she's running a test on the brown red one. If it works, hey, we'll put it on the menu. But bottom line is when you're doing your affirmation, that clicks, and that's my specialty, manifestation, affirmation expert. Okay? Because when you're doing affirmations that work with you and you have that energy coming at you, your job is to support it. Yeah, your job is to keep believing in that. And that's where having your support staff, having your friends, your family, your clergy, a coach, okay? This is where all that stuff comes into play, guys. This is when it all comes together. Okay, then we can just rise up and do what we're supposed to be doing. This is such a beautiful song. Tamala, man, first time I heard this song, my heart just was, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we got to go to a break. We're at the last segment. Come on back. Oh my goodness. Are you drinking your water? You got to drink your water, guys. I know, but see, when my friend Miss Yvette was in the hospital, she's so trained on drinking water, they didn't even have to give her an IV because she was so hydrated and was drinking her water like you're supposed to, which I personally think anytime you're not feeling well, irrigation of the system helps wash whatever is out. So I think she did a fantastic job. Had mad respect for you, Miss Yvette, because that to sincerely to stay on a regimen of your water, man, guys, that will push everything out. Even if you don't know what it is, it keeps the body lubricated because they didn't even give her food for 3 or 4 days, you guys. And she still kept drinking her water. God bless her, and I really think that saved her ass. I really do. All right, we're getting ready for our last segment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Don't believe me, just watch. It's Spiritual Coach Ari Mac on K4HD.com live and on TikTok under Candles by Ari and on my YouTube under Spiritual Coach Ari Mac because I'm trying to show all my social media some love. So I'm going to be going live at least a couple of times each week on all of them and doing regular uploads because we have a lot to talk about. I am really on a mission to get this information out to you guys. I got some digital stuff that's going to be coming up that's available internationally, which I'm very proud of. We'll work out all the details on different languages. But bottom line is, we're here because we all somehow wanted to be on this planet at this time. So let's try to have some fun. Let's try to treat each other with respect and dignity. And let's not give up on ourselves, right? Let's just make sure we are taking a moment to be of thanks. I mean, that's the whole premise to this show, is to create a positive mindset so that you can feel better about you. And if you feel better about you, you'll make better choices. What a concept, you know? So let's try to spend a little time using the affirmations that I'm giving you and just see where your hunches take you. You know, just listen to that little voice that's just saying, hey, go left today instead of right. You never know, you guys. Maybe the universe is trying to help you. Now, upon finishing doing this storyline yesterday, when I was listening and reading all this stuff from the book, because you know, you got to sit and you got to read, you got to meditate, you got to focus, you got to retreat, you know, and that's not always easy. You may feel you have to push yourself. You may feel you have to do more, and that's fine. But if your body and circumstances are not supporting that, please take that hint. Please take that hint because they give us subtle little hints like knocking stuff over. Okay. You can't find something. Yesterday, two interesting things. One, another friend of mine called me and she was having a lot of anxiety about her business because she deals with kids and several of her students would be leaving at the end of the semester because of, you know, it's summertime. And she was getting all fussy and we did an affirmation. We did an affirmation because I told her, hey, you know what? You got to do this and focus and give it to spirit. And we did it. We did it. And she felt it. And she, you know, thought it was the best thing that resonated with her at the time. The next morning, she got up and she said this affirmation again, but this time she said it with conviction. She felt like this needs to happen. And she said the affirmation. Guys, that afternoon, she got 3 calls from 3 people who all wanted to join immediately. Immediately. Now, some people will say that's a coincidence. Some people say, oh, yeah, sure, that happened. But that's the honest truth. That's exactly how the universe works. When you put something out that you specifically want, and you've only told people who respect you and believe in you, and you let the affirmation resonate with you, you feel that affirmation. That's why I'm the manifestation affirmation expert. Okay? Because literally, when you're trying to manifest, you need to be specific in that affirmation so that it clicks in with you so you can resonate with it and boom, it happened. She literally got her needs met within hours because she was ready to be that true to her conviction. Like, okay, Father, I'm ready, Infinite Spirit, open the door for me. And that's how it works. Now, if you have other means of connecting, prayers, churches, organization, exercise, whatever it is that you do, blessings to you. Please do more of it. But it never hurts to add an affirmation. Never hurts to add an affirmation. It's like having a good meal. The better the chef, the more in depth the food's going to be, right? Because you'll have that extra love, that extra care that you want to go into whatever you're doing. You just want to be treated special. Second thing that happened is yesterday, and this is personal, this happened to me. I was putzing around the house and I literally nicked the back of my hand, which is an awkward place to nick. Anyway, because I cut things and I moved it, the skin was getting irritable. And so I had some Neosporin, I got that on there, but I wanted to put a Band-Aid on it. And normally where we kept them, I just couldn't find them. And for one brief second, I was about to go into poo-poo land, you know, acting like an ass. Okay? Yeah. The power of spirit She was so happy. That is my witness to the story I just told. She's my witness, guys. I stopped and said, you know what, sweet spirit, guide me to where this band-aid be. And that's all I said, because I was like, don't let myself get all like, I sit down on the couch and I am not kidding. I shit you guys not. Sitting right there on the couch was a band-aid. And I was like, okay, all right. And I took it and I covered my hand because I just needed to let the stinging, that stuff go away. And I shut up. I shut up because that's how smooth transitions should be. See, we don't need to go through a bunch of drama. You don't need to make yourself hurt more than what you need. I mean, I'm sorry, there are things that just have to transpire that are going to be difficult. Yes, but it's in the manner of which you handle them and the mental game you play with yourself. And that's where I'm an expert because you have to know what you're saying to yourself. Are you really saying what you want or are you just pissed off? Because everybody vents. There's nothing wrong with that. Venting is normal. Okay? It's when you don't know how to stop venting and you go into the dark side that it becomes uncomfortable for everybody. Okay? Because nobody wants to see you suffer. I don't. And that's why I'm giving you this affirmation. Now, this candle is available. This is the red currant candle. Red, it's ruby red color. And it's for courage because sometimes we just need some courage to stand. And the affirmation says, I respect myself and expect the same from those around me now, under grace and perfect way. And so it is. I respect myself. I wish you could smell this. It is so yummy. So the affirmations that I'm giving you, this is my love gift to you personally, whoever hears this show, sees these casts, feels my reels. And guys, I need your support, okay? On TikTok, just tap the screen for hearts. I just need hearts. Now, if you want to give me gifts, I'll accept that as well. YouTube, leave me some comments. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if the affirmations are working for you, okay? And on my Facebook, the same. And on my Instagram, I'm doing the same because I realized this is a joint effort that I'm going to have on all my social medias to get this message out and the new courses, which will be digital. And I am so excited. We'll go into that soon, but, follow me, share, like my stuff, give me some positive feedback, okay? And be of light because look, I respect myself and expect the same for those around me now under grace and perfect way. That is just beautiful. That is just simply light sending out light. Nothing more, nothing less. How could that not be a benefit to you? Yeah, that loves the set for the ruby red. It's and it was made out of love. It just came to me out of love. So now I need you guys to spend some time using this affirmation and giving me some positive feedback. Now, in the astrology world, we're getting ready to tiptoe into Gemini. Gemini is dualities. I will be sending a report that'll be on my site if you want to check that out. And I'll be sending tidbits out through all of my social medias. But generally, when this month begins with one sign, which we started with Taurus, and it ends with another sign, that second sign usually has the flavor of the first one. And I equate it to when you're cooking and let's just say you decide to use the bits at the bottom, like you're cooking meat, for example, and you crust it, you have those bits. That's gold right there because you can make all kinds of gravy out of that if you know how to do it. Now, if you don't, you can also make a mess out of that because if you don't put the right blend together, it can go, That's what happens when one sign starts off with the other sign. Okay, depending on how things fall in the chart, that flavor from the other sign could be extremely beneficial. Like Geminis that are born in May are a little bit more down to earth, very practical, and usually have a better understand of money and how to use the Venus energy because they have that Taurus flavor. All right, Geminis in June are way more excitable. They have more sharp tongues, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just the flavor. Okay, but remember, Gemini is a dual sign. So they have two people. It's part of the mutable cycle. So they can see things from different angles. I would suggest take your time. If you have anything you need to sign, uh, let two different people read it from two different perspectives to give you earnest feedback. So then you're not making stuff up, right? And you're hearing it from different perspectives, different POVs. All right. I'll have, like I said, more information about that in the next couple of weeks since we are just tiptoeing into it, just tippy toeing into it. Okay. Neptune is still in Pisces and Saturn's still in Pisces. So I have to tell you that is still one of our, and Taurus is in Uranus, and Pluto is in Aquarius. So we still have a lot of, and Jupiter's still in Taurus. We still have that. So we have a lot of earth and water, which works get well together, guys, because that is where seeds grow, right? Because the water nurtures and the earth supports, and then things grow. The air gives it energy, okay, and the fire keeps things moving. It's the universe created a beautiful symphony of elements. They really did. And astrology can be a bit much, but once you understand elements and you know which direction you're looking into, it can give you quite a bit of insight that I always have found fascinating. I mean, I'm a self taught astronomer and I've spent my whole life studying this. So I do know what I'm talking about. All right, so this is it. Time's up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you, TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe, and I got some good stuff coming up for there. And same thing with YouTube. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys next week. Subscribe.